So I'll just tell you a very quick story as well about something that happened at Farmer John's yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to do any commentary on it before leaving and coming home, and I didn't get everything on video that I would have liked to, purely because nobody other than Farmer John and a certain female were in on the secret. But as we all understood it, when we stood outside the cafe having some dinner, we overheard some conversation and we saw John go down on the quad saying that somebody had had a nasty off down at the bottom and injured themselves, and John was going to go and pick them up and bring them back to the top, and then they'd have to go to hospital. So we saw John disappear, and then a few minutes later he was coming back and there's a guy sat on the back of the quad, mud all over his shirt, all over his back, head down, clutching his arm. So I've got a little bit of video, but I didn't want to do too much because I didn't know what he'd done to himself. But clearly looked like he might be in quite a bit of pain, possibly broken arm, collarbone, etc. He was with his partner and 2 children. The 2 kids were obviously getting quite upset because Dad was injured and didn't know what he'd done. The female that was in on it with John went and fetched his partner at the cafe and said, look, you need to get him off to hospital. He managed to climb out the back of the quad, and then he sort of dropped on the floor in front of her, and as he dropped down he then went down on one knee, pulled out a ring and proposed to her, some of which is on camera, some of it might not be immediately obvious what had happened, but that was the gist of it. It was all a big secret. Farmer John was in on it, as was the other female that was with them, and it was a surprise proposal. I'm assuming by the champagne that she said yes. The kids were still quite inconsolable for a time until they realised what had happened, but yeah, I wish I'd left the camera running for the duration, but I did manage to get bits, but I didn't get a chance on the day just to explain what had happened. So that's what this very brief video was about. Not something you see every day, perhaps not everybody's idea of a romantic proposal, but certainly it did the trick, and yeah, congratulations to them. Not something you see every day. A nice one.